You're listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. Hi, I'm Francine.
And I'm Carrie.
We're two best friends who can't stop talking, usually about Disney stuff.
Sometimes we have fascinating guests, and sometimes it's just us. But it's always positive and fun.
We're happy to have you join our chat. Thanks for listening, and let's get started. Well, hello, Carrie.
Hello.
How are you? And your friend?
I got a cat here. I'm just like my screen disappeared, so I can't see you anymore. But you can see me.
I can see you, and I can see like this right in the corner of the screen. There's like a black bundle of fur that keeps. It's like I can see him breathing, or he's moving, or something.
Yeah, he's rubbing his head.
Yeah,
he's rubbing his head on the. Oh, there we go. There's my zoom. He's rubbing his head all over everything. So,
and which one is this? Because I can only see ears.
It's Figaro.
Oh, it's Figaro. Of course, it's Mr. Figaro. See, people don't realize that sometimes when we're recording, there's more than just the two of us in the rooms.
Yeah, there's often Figaro in the room for sure.
Yes, I was talking to someone the other day about why we record like two separate tracks on this, because they were like, "Is it a problem if it's one track?" And I'm like, "Well, no. It's usually I just need the second track if I have to mute the cats."
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely.
Because they're fun.
Probably helpful.
Yeah, cats. But they're happy. They're happy cats.
Yeah, I have like having extra cats now. It's like they're awesome. I love having my kittens around, and I want more cats. They bring me such joy.
I know, and you know what? I wish you'd done it sooner. Like, why? Had you known that they were going to integrate so well? That was your fear, right? That's what kept you back.
A little bit. I kind of had an idea they were going to be okay, but like I feel like I just see with this Figaro, his life is like he just likes having them around, and that's the part that I think I wish I would have done it earlier. I kind of figured they would be okay because they always lived with other cats. Just right now there was only the two of them, but like Figaro was bored out of his mind. Like he was bored. Like the other cat we have, he literally sleeps for 23 hours a day, 22 hours a day. And Figaro is kind of like always up in your business. He's like, "What you doing?" He's looking, and he just meowed at us all day long. He would meow. And so now he's not meowing. Now he's like kind of sitting in the middle of these two kittens, watching them zoom around, and he's trying to play with them. And he's like looking at them strangely, like he's watching them. Like he's definitely has definitely a better quality of life with these little cats around. So that's why I wish I would have done it a little bit earlier for sure, because he was definitely missing something. He was kind of bored. Because not all cats, like most cats, sleep all day long, but there are cats that kind of, like to mosey about throughout the day, and he's one of them for sure. But anyways, not for my crazy cat talk, but you started it.
Oh, well, I did. But you know what? It's the perfect introduction to this episode. We're talking about animals. It's all about the animals, so it kind of fits. There's no Figaro in this one.
No, there are cats though, for sure.
There's lots of cats.
Because the reason why I think we're going to talk about Zootopia 2 today, because you have been pulling a Carrie, and you've been like watching something over and over and over and over and over again, which is not like you at all.
It's not
like you at all. So when I kept seeing that you were watching it, I was like, maybe we should talk about this a little bit more in detail on a podcast, because like literally you're acting like it's like the Muppet Show after 50 years of it being off the television. You're you're a little obsessed with it. It's like it's Muppets Haunted Mansion all over again.
It is. This is like my Muppets Haunted Mansion. Like and it's funny because I used to kind of tease you about it. Be like, "Carrie, how many times can you watch that?" Like I didn't get it. And then like you told me that sometimes you would just have it on your second screen and just play it. And I was like, I feel like that would distract me. But then I tried it with Zootopia, and then I was like, it doesn't really distract me. It just makes me giggle every little bit, right? So there's certain parts that it doesn't matter. I've watched it 30, 40 times. it still like they make me giggle. And sometimes if I miss them because I'm not paying attention, I have to rewind it. Like if it goes past the scene and then I'm like, no, I have to go back and see it because it just makes me smile. It's such a good movie. Like if people haven't, so I have to warn people, we're going to be spoiler on this episode. But if you haven't watched it, pause this, go watch the movie, and then you can come back. And then you're going to want to watch the movie again and again and again. Right. Well,
I've
Carrie,
watched it a few times.
You've watched it a few times.
Mhm.
I've watched it more than a few times. More than a few times. I have to say, probably the part that I love the most that I always end up missing and I have to rewind is, you know, when they're in the therapist's office and she says, Francine, now Clark is a mouse, but he's also your partner. And then they pan to Clark and the little mouse and he just squeaks and he throws his shoulders up and he's like, huh? He cracks me up. I love that they lean into like quote unquote stereotypes. Like it's such a, you know, you could it's a movie, it's a cartoon, it's fun. But you could totally stretch this out to be like social, you know, how does this fit into how people judge each other and stereotype? Like they make fun of stereotypes and they embrace some and not the others, like the donut eating Klauhauser. Like I just, oh my gosh, it's the most clever movie. And I kind of think, I hate to say it, maybe I should, but I think I like Zootopia 2 better than Zootopia 1 now.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I think they go further
Whoa.
into Judy's personality, which, by the way, my nephew and I have agreed, I do have a lot of her traits, including her bad ones.
Oh,
Her stubbornness, her impatience, her need to do what's right no matter what it costs. Um, yeah, he says she's just as pigheaded as
what about the music? That's the only, I had someone ask me that, like, just before we start talking about all of the things, the fun things about the movie. Like, do you like the new song better than the old
zoo.
song? Because,
Yeah, I don't
like,
know.
because,
No, I don't.
okay, that was one thing I wanted to ask you because someone had asked that to me, and I thought, oh, that's a good question for Fran when we're talking about this. Because if you love the second movie so much and you think it is superior, then like I like a new Zuzu song, but like nothing like that first song, the what is it? Try
Try
everything,
everything.
or
Yeah.
like that song, like to me that's Zootopia. That's like
Yeah.
you can't watch
I
Zootopia without dancing to that song.
Well, I think the new song is catchy. Like you can't not, you know, dance in your seat when you hear it, but it doesn't have the message, right? Like the first movie, the Try Everything song is really inspiring. Like if you listen to the words, it's incredibly inspiring. Whereas this one, like they're talking about turning a dance floor into a zoo. Like it's not quite as inspiring, but it's catchy and fun.
Yeah, I never listened to the words really. I just like the way that it makes me feel, and I like the way that the original song makes me feel.
Yes. Yeah. Listen to the word. They're very good words. The Try Everything songs are very good words. Yes. But today we were going to talk about the movie and the Easter eggs because there are
Right.
so many references. And Carrie, honest to goodness, I'm watching and I'm like, is that maybe like there are ones in here that I can't find online. So I'm like, yeah, Fran, maybe you're stretching this a little bit, but I don't know if I am because there's so many clever ones that honestly, like I'm still discovering. So I thought maybe we could go through. There's a whole list that I have to go through, and then maybe we'll see if some of them you knew or you saw, or even if it twigged something when you were watching the movie.
Okay, sounds good.
So I actually one of the best lists that I found was, believe it or not, on Good Housekeeping. Um, and they kind of separated them into ones like that the kids might understand, ones that kids wouldn't understand, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to start with the ones the kids might understand. And this one when I saw this movie in the theater, it happened so fast that I was like, did I see? I wasn't sure. So did you catch the reference to Ratatouille?
No,
You didn't see it.
I don't think so.
So there's a part in the movie where Judy and Nick are running out of right when the gala goes into disarray and they're running out in pursuit of Gary. They run through the kitchen. And when they run through the
Oh,
kitchen, they knock the hat off the chef who's making ratatouille. And when they lock
okay.
his chef's hat off, there's a rat underneath controlling him with his hair.
Oh, I think I did see that now that you mention it. Yes.
So that one, I was like, is that Remy? And then it was gone, right? But here's the thing I didn't know. And it's funny because my nephew's girlfriend was telling me about this last night and I had no idea. Have you ever seen this movie called, what's it called? It is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a kid's movie, apparently, but there is a Ratatouille parody in this movie.
Hmm.
And his name is Raccoony or something like that. In the Raccacoonie is in this movie. And his voice, or the voice in that movie, is Short Round from Indiana Jones, who is also Gary the Snake in this movie. So the Raccacoonie was a Ratatouille parody. And
My goodness.
in Zootopia, when they knock the hat off this rat, it's a raccoon that looks
Oh,
like Raccoony.
that's cool.
That's the other chef. So totally didn't know that because I'd never seen the movie. But how cool is that?
That is good.
Like some of these little, yeah. Okay. So the next one, did you notice the reference to Lady and the Tramp in this movie?
I don't think I've watched it enough to
You
remember
might
them
not.
all.
So now after this episode, you're going to have to watch it again and you're going to be like,
Hmm.
ah. So the Bella Notte, you know, when that, so when Judy and Nick take their investigation to Marsh Market and
Hmm.
they're on the back of the walrus
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
she says it's our anniversary and he
Yeah, yeah,
turns
yeah,
it
yeah.
into Bella Notte,
Oh, yeah, yeah. I remember that.
right?
It's
So
your
that's a good
anniversary.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Now, did you notice the Rapunzel, the famous cookware? So when Nick grabs Gary the snake, or he's trying to
Mhm.
stop him, and he hits him on the head with the frying
Mhm.
pan. Of course,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Tangled,
Hmm.
the frying pan. Now, here's one I never caught, because it's way too detailed for me. But the IT department at the police station. So when Nick throws his can of pop to Judy and it goes through the wall,
Hmm.
and it is like the little IT department. It's the
Yeah,
little
yeah.
tiny rodent
The
guy.
little guy.
Yeah,
Like he's a mole or something, isn't he? Or whatever.
yeah. So there's some sign in there, a cubicle that says "Crush the Bugs" as a reference to A Bug's Life.
Oh,
Yeah, the logo and the font is exactly the same as A Bug's Life.
oh, that's
And
cool.
apparently, I can't
Was
see
he a
because
bug?
it's way
Was
too.
he wasn't a bug though, right?
He
Was the
wasn't a
IT
bug.
guy a bug? Okay.
No, but apparently one of the employees' desks in that scene have a tiny little Mickey Mouse on their desk.
Wow.
Isn't that cute? Now this one, I have seen this movie once, like a long time ago, or I've seen the clip of it. Did you ever see the movie Babe about the pig?
Yeah, a long time ago.
A long time ago. I hadn't seen it but I knew this clip. And then when I heard this phrase, I was like, I know I've heard that before, but I don't know where. And now I know, of course. So, there's a part. So Captain Hogbottom, you know, the pig with the Scottish accent.
I know Link Heartthrob from Other Muppets, but I don't know if I know that swine.
So, so Hogbottom, um, the captain turns to her at one point and says, "That'll do, pig. That'll do," to stop her from doing anything else.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the line from Babe when
Oh.
he looks down at the pig and he says, "That'll do, pig. That'll do."
Hmm. Interesting.
Crazy, right? Okay, so these ones kids should not understand, but the adults absolutely. And it's funny because I saw some of these scenes in the theater and I was like, huh? I have never seen, I don't watch Stephen King movies. They're scary movies. I don't watch them. Do you watch them? Like scary King movies or whatever?
No, I don't.
Okay, so but I know I've seen like pictures of Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And when Paubert is walking through that snowy hedge maze,
Mhm.
when they zoom in on his face, that's literally him being Jack Nicholson in The Shining. Yes. So they even turned it into like the song, like the score that's playing when he's walking through there is intertwined with the score from The Shining. Crazy, crazy. And of course, this one. When they see Mayor Bellwether in jail. And she says, "Hello, Nicholas." And she's in a cell that looks just like Hannibal Lecter's in Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, I got that one.
You caught that one. You caught that one. There was another one in the jail scene that I wonder, I did not catch this until like a week ago. When they're walking past all of the jail cells, there is a fox in a cell with someone else, and he's hitting the animal on the head. And I think he said, I can't remember, of course, now I can't remember the line, but he basically says, "What are you looking at, butthead?"
Mm.
It was Michael J. Fox.
I went back to watch it after you told me that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's it." Because I knew that he had a cameo in it, but I missed it the first time because there's too much happening,
There's too many things.
too
Like
many
that's the,
details to catch it all.
yes. So they have like a whole bunch of funny signs, titles, and like wordplay that they do. So, when you go past, Mr. Big and his new business,
Mhm.
empire is Ganucci bags. And then the TV streaming is Huluzu. And the screen, when they look at the movies, there's Pixar, so Pigs, Sar, Star Roars, Rat Geo for, and ELKS is supposed to be the ESPN. And Nick has a choice of movies called Hamilton, so Hamilton, Platypush, which is the Alien cover, Die Herd, Higgity Falls, and the Star Wars fans, there's the Pandalorian and the Growl Ghoul. Oh, what were there things that you saw in the movie you were kind of like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe," like that kind of got you? Or
I don't think I no, I don't think so. Like I think I didn't watch it like I think the first time I watched it like I wasn't even thinking about any of that stuff like cuz there's just so much stuff and then I watched it again but like I had already like heard about some of this stuff. So when I watched them the other times I was more intent on
catching them?
catching some of that stuff. But like the first time, like there's just so many like I'm always like Googling like who the voices are and who the like I watched it with my aunt. So like we were talking while we were watching it, like looking up all of that stuff, trying to we knew Michael J. Fox, but like we totally missed him. We didn't see him the first time. And then like trying to
Yes.
think of who all the voices were and who the new characters were. Like we were kind of like more trying to figure that out than catching some of the stuff. I like that there was kitties in it, even if they were evil kitties.
They were
So,
bad kitties, the Linksleys.
hmm hmm
And did you know that Macaulay Culkin was one of their voices?
well, that's like I didn't know when I watched it, but then I saw him on something where he was talking about it. Him and his wife
His wife.
is the sister, right? Yeah, like that's the stuff I'm kind of like looking at when I first watch it, like looking at the voices and like I think I knew that he was one of the cats when I watched it because we were looking up the voices, but then like he wasn't really much of a voice. Like it was the
Paubert
who's
that
the main
did Paubert.
yeah, but
Oh,
what's his
I
name? The
can't.
guy up of SNL. Like so he's
Yes.
very, very like from Brooklyn Nine-Nine or
Brooklyn
whatever the heck that
Nine-Nine. Yeah.
yeah, like he's very pos like it was more like he was a main cat character than the other two were just kind of off. Like they were more like just
Supporting
guest
roles.
appearances or whatever. Like truly, yeah, like a surprise to
Yeah. They were, yeah. I was surprised when I found out that he was the brother. Um, so in the market, and I have not seen this. I haven't seen it. So the next time I watch it, I got to find it. But when they're in Marsh Market, apparently the signs in the background, there's a shop called Ariel's Grotto, and there's one that's called Hooks Bait and Tackle.
oh.
And apparently there's a neon sign in the reptile hangout that makes a reference to Mr. Toad.
Mm.
I've missed that totally. It's at the bar and there's a big sign that says Mr. Toad because I'm always watching like the actual reptiles. I wasn't looking at the signs. So, yeah,
That's cool.
crazy. So some of the voices there's the rocks in there. Um
He wasn't he what were we were looking for him.
he's Zeke, the dick tick that was stuck in the tuba.
Like some of these are like,
They've
they
had like
really
one line.
or they make a sound or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that just goes to show you, like, all the big guys wanted to be in it, right? Like, everybody wanted a piece in it. So Josh Gad is the annoyed voice that is Officer Paul Moldebrandt, the IT officer that's the one who gets the hole in the wall. And then Alan Tudyk, who barely counts as an Easter egg because he's pretty much the voice in every Disney animated film. He reprises his role as Duke Weaselton.
Mhm.
Um, and Anika Noni Rose can be heard briefly as a mouse contestant on Squeal of Fortune. That's Princess Tiana. Um, I can't say his name, but the voice of Bruno in Encanto, he was in it. He was an anteater in this.
An
Um,
anteater. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
boy.
Now there were a few barely disguised celebrity names. So, there was Michael J. Fox who played Michael J., who is naturally a fox. Robert Irwin.
Yeah, I
So,
saw him.
yeah, so he was Robert Furwin. Um, Ed Sheeran, who co-wrote the movie's theme song with Shakira, is a sheep named Ed Sheeran. Get it?
Oh my
There's a
goodness.
celebrity chef in there. I loved Bob Iger showing up as Bob Tiger. Like, come on, that was fabulous. And Peter Mansbridge.
Yeah, he was in the first one.
Yes, and he was Peter Moosebridge.
So, but apparently from the first one though, like they said, like with the original movie, they made versions that were that were relevant to various areas. So like Peter Moosebridge or whatever his name is was for the Canada version of Zootopia. And if you watched it in another country, it would have been a different person.
Oh,
A
that was
different a
cool.
different
Like a
a different
different.
person, like a relevant like someone relevant to their where they live.
Oh my gosh.
So
Now that is cool. That is
because
cool.
the people listening from the US would know who Peter Mansbridge was. He's like a Canadian.
He's a Canadian
newscaster,
like newscaster. Like he's a yeah.
national newscaster.
He's like a giant here. Yeah. Yeah. It to me, like there are just so many great ones that you can't like if you're not watching super close, you're gonna miss them all. So that's why you gotta watch them lots of times. Now I will tell you the one that I think I'm stretching, but I do think I don't know. When they get into the weather wall, so when they finally break into the weather wall and they walk in, Gary DeSnake says, "Oh, so many stairs." Now, when Indy gets into the room, oh, so many snakes. Isn't it
Mm.
funny that Short
Yeah,
Round the
yeah,
snake is saying so many stairs? I think that's on
yeah.
purpose.
I think so too.
I think that's on purpose. Like that's got to be it. That reference.
Yeah. He's not going to say so many snakes. He's a snake.
He's a snake. He's good with snakes. And I love that like there's just so many good messages in the story, Carrie. Like there's so many I yeah, I can't even.
I liked it that it was like they focused on the message, as silly as it sounds, because like it is a cartoon. Like, they didn't make it as like, movies nowadays, they always have to like make the crazy like action scene at the end. That's like unreasonable. Like I like this one, they figured it all out. They got the lynxes or whatever the heck they are. They caught them, they solved the crime, and then like they just told the rest of the story, right? Like they let the Gary connect with his family and they kept the story going. Like they didn't, it sounds so silly that I'm saying it, but like I kind of like how they ended the story. Like I like how it was kind of reasonable, these animals in this alternate universe of animal lands.
Yes.
I like how they ended I did like how they ended the story, and I don't know. Like I didn't kind of get the snake at first. Like I'm like, who is this Gary guy? But yeah, like I liked his story and I like him and yeah, I liked
And how
it.
they framed the family. And no, I didn't even talk about Danny Trejo. Like, come on. You have such a big bad guy, and he's usually playing such a big bad guy. And here he is, this crazy, like, okay, so the reptile that he is, when I looked at, because I couldn't figure out what the reference was to why he runs across, like when he runs away. But apparently, it's a reptile that says can walk on water. And that's why he runs away the way he does. But he's pretty cool. Like Danny Trejo being in this, come on. Come on.
That's probably like my favorite part of the movie, like of that underwater thing, like with them having to get over there, and all the animals, and like when they need to get into the area, like like the different water mammals and things that they can't accompany, like the seals and whatever, and then like them trying to actually get over there and then being in that underwater world. I think that's probably one of my favorite parts of the movie. I thought it was very creative and different and kind of fun,
It was. And
and making them.
Nibbles Maple Steak. She's like a
Yeah, yeah,
YouTuber.
yeah. That was good.
Now, what did you think
Sorry.
of the Zebros?
Well, I was actually thinking about that when we first started. Like, I think it took me to like the second time around watching, like that I really understood what they were even saying. But
Yeah.
but they're funny. Who are they? Like, were they anybody?
Yeah. So apparently it's hilarious. So if you watch the movie, that they actually say that one of them's not a zebra, it's a horse. If you look at their
Oh,
hair and the way their face is, one of them is a horse, not a zebra. Um, but the Zebros are actually two wrestlers from WWE
oh, zebras.
that don't like each other. And
Wow.
so apparently they are supposed to have some match coming up on WWE. And when you know how they do those like staged photo shoots where they're like looking at each other like the boxers or whatever. Apparently the crowd was going wild when they did that. Instead of like encouraging them to be mad at each other, people were screaming like Zebros, Zebros. And I saw one of the wrestlers on a show and they were interviewing him about doing the voice. And he's like, yeah, but you notice my zebra is bigger than his zebra. Like I'm the bigger one of the two and blah, blah. Like, so they're trash talking each other like they would for wrestling, but for the movie.
Yeah, those guys are cool. I like that.
They were awesome. I,
But I think they did a good job. Like they brought in like the character, they brought back the characters that we love and like Mr. Big and his dog, like the family and
oh,
they bring back like the Mr. Weaselton and all the like all the characters that we laughed at and liked, but then they brought in new characters and the actual story was about the generally about the new characters. Like because often, you know, sequels just play on all of the things like that everybody loved the first time. So I thought
yes.
that was cool too. Like there was enough of stuff like nostalgia and characters were really liked, but then the story was different.
Yeah. And I like seeing them expand the characters. Did you see the ending? The final scene where I love that she has these crazy neighbors that she talks to through the walls.
Mhm.
Um, but did you see the spoiler for Zootopia 3?
No.
Okay. So she's at her window, looking out the window, and she's talking to the neighbors through the thing,
Mhm.
right? And then something lands on her windowsill
Oh
after she
yeah,
leaves
yeah.
the room, and it's a bird's feather. So it's not, you don't even realize because you're so engrossed in the movie. There's no birds.
Mm.
Just like the first one, I never realized there were no reptiles. I didn't realize until this one. And then now that feather dropped, I didn't realize there's no birds.
Now we
So
gotta save the birds.
I guess maybe there's a bird land that was banished like with the snakes. Pretty cool.
I thought maybe it was gonna be that they were gonna go get Miss Fuzzy Buns Bottoms because she's ran away because all the villains got loose.
Yes. Oh, well, that was awesome. When you saw her at the airport getting ready to drink her pina koala.
Yeah, yeah. Now that's generally what they would do with this with a sequel. Not
Yes.
think of something brand new like a bunch of snakes that have been banished from.
It's just so clever. It's all so cleverly written.
Yeah,
So,
and it's good like they can get away with like doing like you were saying at the beginning, like making fun of things or making fun of animals and having all like the jokes and the ha-has and the all of the people popping in to do like their
yes.
roles and their voices or whatever. It does allow a lot of that. Like you think the next one can be all new cameos. I don't know. It's kind of hard to call it a cameo. That's a word I keep struggling with saying during all this because they are just voicing an animated character for like a second while they're stuck in a tuba or whatever. But um but yeah, like lots more room for other cameos.
There's so many, and I love that they all want to do it, right? Like that these people all want to be part of it. I think it's amazing. Like even some of the animators, like apparently the animator from Ratatouille came in to help with the scene, like the animation for the scene where Remy was going to appear. Like it's just so,
Cool.
yeah, very clever, very clever. So if you haven't watched it, you have
Yeah,
to
and
watch
and
multiple
also
times.
like to get like I'm the perfect example of like just watching it and like not really letting any of that, you know, come up. But like I'm just watching it to enjoy it. Like think about like the rewatching it and looking for all those things that like it gives you a couple of good watches really. Like if you wanted to watch and try to pick out things or try to find,
Mm.
find them yourself, like it definitely leads to that. It's almost a disservice just to watch it and not think about all.
It's a disservice to watch it only once.
Mhm.
Yes. Did we
Yeah, I'll
miss
watch it
anything
again.
big, Carrie?
I don't know. I think you got them all. Like
I
there's
think
lots of them.
I know. And I feel like there's so many that I'm going to just keep, like, I'm going to see later. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's going to be ones that come up and I'm like, huh. Didn't realize. Yeah. And there's some like there's actors obviously in it from newer movies that I don't know because I don't, but yeah, it was fun. Well, thanks for talking about the movie. It's my favorite. It brings me joy, makes me happy.
It's fun. Yes, we had to talk about it so that you could
Well, we've done an episode on the
bring this to
Muppets.
bring it to everybody's attention, all the reasons to watch it over and over again like you've been doing.
I know. And I'm probably going to do it. I'll probably do it like,
Might
again
as
after
well.
this. I may as well.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Brings you
absolutely.
joy, and it's funny. Like anything that makes you giggle and laugh over and over and over again is a good thing.
It is. It absolutely is. All right, Carrie, we're at that time of the podcast. Speaking of make you laugh and bring you joy, what brought you joy this week? What's your pixie dust?
Our
Uh-oh.
pixie dust. I don't know. Well, my kittens are my joy, of course. But
Of
I went
course.
for tea. I went this morning. I woke up early and I went for tea with my neighbor, and that was nice because we
Oh,
sort of don't see each
nice.
other all winter long. We both hibernate. So like literally, I haven't seen her since I don't even know, like
Since summer, last summer, fall?
summer. So now that it's spring, we'll see each other outside and passing and in our gardens and whatever. But yes, it was nice to have it to kick off our spring and summer seasonal relationship this morning
Nice.
over a cup of ginger tea.
Oh,
So
nice.
yes. So how about you? What's your pixie dust?
My pixie dust is yesterday I got a delivery at my house that I wasn't expecting and I opened the
That's fun.
box and a friend of ours sent me because I love mugs and Disney mugs especially and I opened it up and it was a mug that was Woody from Toy Story, his boot.
That's fun.
So it's his boot with the handle on it and when you turn it over it's got Andy written on the bottom. It's pretty awesome. It was a lovely surprise.
It's awesome. It's
Kind of
fun to
made
get
my
mail,
day.
surprise mail like that, and then
It
have something that
is.
you love, like a mug. Like,
Yeah, I was very surprised. It was very nice. So yeah,
are
that
you
brought me
do you
joy.
are you gonna have to get rid of some mugs to make room for new mugs in your
I'm
future?
probably gonna have to. Because Carrie, like my cupboard's overflowing. I don't know where to put anything anymore.
You know what I find, like when I'm at the parks, it's pretty easy to like not take home a mug just because they cost so much, right? Like they
Yeah.
cost like $20 to $30 US. But you know what gets me is when you go to like at home, you go to like the Home Sense and
Yep.
you go to those places and they have like Disney mugs and they've got
Mm-hmm.
cute cat mugs or other mugs, like really cool pop culture mugs, and they only cost 6.99.
You can't resist
Or
those.
at the most like 9.99. So like when you're at the parks, like I really like that one that you got it, I think, when you were there, the one with the monorail as the handle, like the handle.
Yeah.
Did you get that one?
I have two monorail with the handle. So
Yeah.
yeah, I have this
Oh,
this
yeah,
one
not
that's the
that one.
contemporary. No, I have the other one where the
The
monorail
white
wraps
one.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that one and I really contemplated buying that and I didn't. So like, the odd time I see one I really, really like and I'm like, oh, but I usually now talk myself out of it. But yeah, like these friggin' home sense places, man. Like all of a sudden I'm like, maybe I should just get all new mugs. Like I'm looking at like this pretty set of like
Well,
mugs and I'm like, maybe I need these. Maybe I
you
need these.
might.
Like look at
You
4 mugs for 19.99. Look at this cute little Snoopy mug for Easter. 6.99. Like at the most they're 9.99. But they're
right.
usually 6.99.
And you got
So
you got all your new kitchen appliances and stuff. I think you need new mugs to go with it.
I don't know. Maybe I need to do, but then you know what I do? I like look at all my old mugs and I'm like, I don't really want to get rid of them. So then I never make any space. That's my problem.
Same.
But
Same. I'm
but
actually
yeah,
thinking I'm going to throw out other stuff or not throw out, donate other stuff, not the mugs, but like, how you have like those old bowls or whatever that you buy for I don't entertain. I don't need a big bowl like that. It's just me. So, yeah, I'm going to get rid of
I
some of
got rid of a
that.
lot of that
So,
stuff the last couple purges. Like some of the things like you think I haven't, maybe I used them like 20 years ago, but like am I really using them now? And I I did purge a lot of the stuff like that,
right.
like the serving plates and the pickled plates and the
Yeah, like what do
and
you
all
need
that
them
stuff.
for? Yeah.
Although the other day I kept a few of them. And the other day I made like chicken nuggets and like I have this like round circle that's like like cut into threes, like a glass crystal thing cut into threes, and I
Yeah.
filled that sucker up with like different dipping sauces. And I was
Ooh.
like, this, like, I didn't get rid of it because I thought I'll keep a couple of them instead of,
Yes.
I don't need 12 of them. I'll just keep
Yes.
like three. So this was one of the three things that I kept probably. And I put chicken nuggets, I put different dipping sauces in it. And I was
That's a great
as much
idea.
as this is so, we're getting so off topic, but as much as you think like, I don't like, this is silly, I don't do this stuff anymore, then it dawns on you like, but why not? Because it took me 2 seconds to put my dipping sauce in this lovely crystal
Yeah.
crystal container, and I'm just gonna throw it in the dishwasher when I'm done, just like every other dish. So then I'm like, but why don't I do these things? Why aren't I? Well, it's too late now because I donated all. I donated 75% of it, but it was like it doesn't take much. Like sometimes it's like finding the joy, like the delight that little
Yes.
that little activity gave me that day was like, it's like the things that we get too busy and we don't think like as silly as it sounds, like sometimes we talk about this all the time. Sometimes it's just like the things that make you happy for that split moment are what makes you happy.
Yep.
And that was a perfect example of my chicken nugget dipping sauces in this lovely vestibule at that moment.
I love it.
And it has a new life now because it's gonna forever hold my chicken nugget dipping sauces.
Well, you
So
know what? We don't do that enough, right? Because you normally make chicken nuggets and then you pick one dipping sauce.
mhm.
And
I had like Dijon mustard.
oh, I think that's a great idea. It's like an
Go to the
extra
thrift store,
treat
my
for you.
friends,
Yeah.
and find
See?
it and find a little dish.
That's awesome. Good for
Anyways,
you.
yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, if you've made it all the way to the end of the podcast, we thank you for listening. And please leave us a rating and review wherever you
And
can.
watch Zootopia 2 again
And
and
watch
again.
Zootopia 2 again. And then let us know, message us, let us know what your favorite things were about
Your
the
favorites
movie.
are, yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it. Thank you again, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Make sure you're following us on your favorite podcast player so you'll get a new episode every week. And find us on social media too. We'd love to hear from you.
Till next time, remember, you are never too old to be young. Chase your dreams and design your own happily ever after.